Okay, so I still have cough and cold, so please bear with my voice. I just really think I should be doing this video like right about now. So I visited my channel and I realized that there was a playlist that I barely do updates on, and that is my pet TV. So the story or the life of all our pets here in this house. And then I think the last time I uploaded on it was like 6 months ago, and I was like, oh, I did a very bad job updating you guys. But first story first, I'm so sorry to tell you that after making all those videos, after introducing Jimmy, Pinky, I don't know if I even introduced Ronin to you, those are my three beta fishes. So they did lasted about a year and a half of their life, and then sad to say they've all passed away. Means to say we no longer have beta fish in this house, and my husband and I has decided that we're not gonna do beta fishes anymore. They've been too inbred, they've been too tortured for them to have a really long life. Apparently people says they used to last up to 4 years, but the best that I can do with a very ideal environment is up to 1.5 years. And I told my husband, no, I'm not doing this anymore, because you get attached and then they die on you. So anyway, moving forward, ever since then a lot has happened to our tank, and now we are facing also another story that I would want you guys to know. But before we do that, let's do a quick update on how is our tank looking at. Let's go. So the first one on the update is our goldfish. So on the last video that I uploaded, I don't know if you guys still remember, but the water is still all cloudy and hasn't settled yet, and our photos plant is still new, but now our photos are very established. It has a really good root system going up, and it has gotten long ever since that I need to drape it all over the place. And then the last time I did this video, the water is very cloudy, but now it's crystal I can't speak English. It's been crystal clear, and this is Cappy for you guys. He has been so big ever since. With 30 in the background, with Novi. Novi is almost the size of 30. Isn't it crazy how some fish just have that big chin? And this is Moki. The fish that used to be brown is now, just like in the video, purely gold. And Hope, thank God, Hope is still black, but as you can see, the lightness of his color is almost halfway on his body, and it felt like it won't take long until he turns gold as well. So now their tank is crystal clear. We can see them clearly. It's been cycled. Now, for this tank, since it's 75 gallon, and it has really good filter system, I only do water changes like once every 3 months. So it's not that hard to maintain as long as you have a really good cycle plants. Again, this is my update for my goldfish tank, and they are all still looking so good and so well after 6 months. Let's move on to the next tank. So for this tank, this is Angel. He is a common goldfish that we adopted from my coworker, who put him on a like 1 gallon tank, and this is an 8 gallon tank. I mean, he did had an upgrade, but still not the best that he can have. I know. He's gonna grow really big. He should be in a really huge tank, but apparently this is the most that we can provide for him. We would want to try finding someone who would actually adopt him, but a lot of the fish keepers here just don't care for a common goldfish, and we have gotten attached to him, and we know that right now what we're doing for him is probably the best that he's gonna get, because a lot of them just use common goldfish for feeding other animals, and we don't want that for him. So again, this is Angel, and this is how his tank looks like. Next is our shrimp tank. I don't know if you remember that we did have a shrimp tank before. You probably can't see it right now. Excuse me, because it's still very bright outside, but our moss has gotten crazy. We've got shrimp everywhere. We're purposely not cleaning this tank because it's technically their food, and we want them to have as enough food as possible. I did take some pictures because apparently on this tank we have 4 pregnant ghost shrimp. So I'm gonna include that on the clip as well. There you go. So these are the snaps of my ghost shrimps that are pregnant. There were 4 of them, so the other one was 1. This is the second, and this is the third, and the upcoming one should be the 4th. So there's 4 of them, but mind you guys, not all of them will survive. Now, this is one of our 5-gallon tanks, and this is where we are currently housing all our guppy babies. So as you can see, there's about 60 babies on this tank that we are getting ready to get matured and find or rehoming it or finding different homes for them, because we just can't keep up with how much growth the population suddenly has been having. And then on Pinky's former home, so this is Pinky and this is Jimmy's former home, my betta fishes. So since they're gone, we did fill them with some guppies of different ages. And then this one has really tiny baby guppies. So I got a mama lay new babies on this one. So again, all 3 tanks are now filled with guppies. For our living room aquarium, so from being very cloudy, this is now how it looks like. So it has gotten so much clear ever. So let me just zoom it up. It has gotten so much clearer ever since. All the plants are very much thriving. So if you can see, there's so many roots in there. And we've also had like 20 more fishes in here, but there's still so much low. We have like a black cover at the back so that the algae won't go crazy on us again. So if you would see, those are the baby guppies that are coming with the male ones. So, and then we have a bowl here where I'm quarantining the mama guppies because there's something going on with them. Okay, actually what triggered me to make this video is because something crazy happened on our aquarium tanks that makes me so sad up until now. So apparently our guppies, like all of our guppies, including all the other fishes that are on this tank, is infested with Camallanus worm. If you don't know what a Camallanus worm is, it is a very highly contagious worm. Like they breed like crazy into the water surface. They get from one guppy to another, and it's just so impossible to quarantine those ones that has worm and leave the other ones that doesn't, because apparently if you have one fish that has it, the tendency is all of them has it. And that's what makes me so sad, because right now our guppy population is about 80 guppies on all our tanks, and all of them, when I say all of them, I say it with a really sad heart, that all of them has been infested with Camallanus worm. So apparently we did a lot of research on how we can cure these fishes and all that stuff. They did recommend a lot of medication, which I will probably be including on my second video, but any of those medications are very harmful to shrimp and to snails, which I had plenty on. And so my husband and I were talking last night, and I just really want to document all the progress that we have in case somebody, like some of you who also do fish skipping, encounter the same problem. So apparently Camallanus worms targeted any freshwater fish. So they feed on the fish's body, they attach to the fish's intestine and like suck all the nutrients and suck all the blood. If your fish is really like has a low immune system, they would die right away. And I did investigate, I did some autopsy on some of our fishes that died, and they were really infested with the worms. I mean, I was very in denial about it because that means a lot. Okay, when a tank like mine got infested, it means a lot of work, a lot of things needs to be done. So my husband and I were talking last night that we need to have a game plan. We wanna save as much as we can. We wanna save as much hard work as we did with all our pets and everything. So we've come up with a solution. Our solution is this. So for those of you who are struggling with the same thing as we do, this is our plan. I'll probably make a part 2 video of this. So if you want to follow through our journey and see how this goes, so this is our plan. Our plan was to take out all the fish in this tank. Where am I at? So apparently Camallanus worms only prey on fishes. So as long as there's no fish on the tank, within 2 to 3 months, they should die, their eggs should die, and everything else. I mean, they can temporarily attach to shrimp and snails to like survive for a meantime, but the shrimp and snails does not have what it takes to like give them their full life cycle, if that makes sense. So they would probably attach to shrimp and snails just for a little bit, and if they still don't get that nutrients they get from the fish, they will eventually die. And apparently, according to our research, it takes about 2 to 3 months for them to completely die on their own, as long as there's 0 fishes on the tank. So our goal this week, actually, our goal is to empty out all the fishes in this tank, put them on a separate tank that does not have a substrate, and then dose them with a special medicine. I'm gonna show you the special medicine on my next video once I'm actually doing it. So the goal is to dose them with special medicine, try to cure as much as we can with all our fishes, because that is a lot of fishes to be sacrificing and to be killing if we don't do this. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and when your fishes have Camallanus worm, you do not want to give them away, you do not want to trade them, you do not want to do anything about them unless they are treated, because it is highly contagious. And it makes my heart ache whenever I see some of my fishes really struggling. I will try to attach a picture on how a Camallanus worm look like on this video so you can get informed. But there are medicines out there, and chances are, just like any epidemic or pandemic that human has, chances are when fish has it, like worm infestation, when fish has it, there's a guarantee that not all of them will survive. So stay tuned, follow up our journey as we try and fight this Camallanus worm on our tank. If you have any suggestions, please feel to comment down below. We would appreciate any help we can get to in this journey of us. So that will be all. I hope you guys enjoy watching my update on this video. And before I forgot, thankfully the goldfish does not show any signs of it, because they can also technically infest our goldfish tank, but the goldfish are not showing any signs of infestation. The goldfish have been so happy and easily, and my process is probably because they have healthier body, they have bigger bill that probably fights off the worms so much stronger than the guppies does. So maybe that's the case, but they can literally infest any freshwater fish in your tank. And when that happens, you have 2 options: either kill all your fishes or cure them, or quarantine your tank for 2 months. So I will talk more about this as we find cure on this worm infestation. So again, thank you for watching. If you like this content, please do like and subscribe. I'll do better updating my pet TV. That will be all. Have a good day. So here's the definition of what a Camallanus worm is, and here are some pictures on how they look like on your fish in case you want to go check your own fishes. They are very nasty and they are really bad for your aquarium. So I hope this, guys, is very informative. Thank you for watching.